Synderwine, walk-on from Potomac, Maryland. We talked about his background earlier, outstanding rugby player, hockey, soccer. He's had a big day today, 4 field goals. This is a 43-yarder. He's already kicked a 41-yarder. He's right in the middle of the playing field. Snap kick on its way. It is long enough, and it is good. Synderwine comes through again. What a day he has had.
That is a big field goal for Synderwine. He's got my vote for ACC Special Teams Player of the Week. And what a clutch kick in that situation. I know it's not going to be the game winner, but definitely is the game clincher.
First thing I want to talk about today is your address and approach of the ball. Now this is how you're going to line up before every kick, and something you really want to be standard with and something comfortable. So just to go over for a couple points, the first thing you want to do is take 3 steps back and 2 steps over. This is pretty standard. This is what most people do. If something a little different works for you, that's all right, but this is sort of what I would suggest to any new kicker starting out. So now, on your address, this is how you're going to line up before every kick, and the first thing you want is it's something comfortable for you. It doesn't matter exactly what it is, but just something that you can do every time and that it's comfortable. For me, I like to stand here, I like to bounce a little bit, I like to swing my arms. It's just something that I get comfortable with. Now the second most important part here is the positioning of your plant foot. My plant foot's my left foot since I'm a right-footed kicker, and what I want to do with it is I want to point it at the place it's going to go on contact. I don't want to point it directly at the ball, I don't want to point it inside of the ball, and I don't want to point it too far outside. The sweet spot is right about 1.5 feet outside of the ball. So just to sort of show you, this is where we're going to plant, so we want to have it on a straight line when I'm in my address of the ball. So sort of show you again, I'm going to take 3 steps back, 2 steps over, get in sort of my comfortable spot, have my plant foot pointing to where it's going to be, and it's going to go on a straight line. It's not going to zigzag, it's a straight line to the plant spot. So now we're going to talk about the foot contact on the ball. To start, we're going to look briefly at the plant foot. You want to be about 1.5 feet outside of the ball and have your heel lined up to the middle of the ball. So you can kind of see that here, that the middle hits my heel sort of on a straight line. The second part of foot contact I want to talk about is the positioning of your foot when it hits the ball. So to start, you want to hit the ball on your foot right about there. And that's a big bone in your foot that's going to allow you to compress the most air in the ball because it's the hardest part of your foot. So you see here that I'm going to kind of have my ankle turned over and my toe is out. The important part is you don't want to get your toe on the ball, because what's going to happen is then you could hook it as you wrap your toe on the outside panel here of the ball. So what we're going to have here is we're going to have this part of our foot contact directly right about, I'd say, 1/3 of the way up the ball. That's going to allow you to get the most height and compress the most air of the ball, really hitting the meat of the ball to get it to travel much further. So as you can see here, this is how we want to contact the ball. The third thing I want to talk about is the leg swing. This is sort of your follow through on the ball. So the most important part is you want your leg swing to sort of follow through towards the target. So just to sort of give a demonstration, we want our leg swing to go straight towards where you're going. You don't want a leg swing that over rotates, and you don't want a leg swing that under rotates. The most important part is to get your leg swing sort of up and through the ball. So we're going to come through sort of on contact. It's going to come up and come through, and that's going to allow us to also skip through, sort of this transfer of energy that we're looking for when we contact the ball. So we're going to contact the ball, hit, and skip. The last tenet of kicking is your eyes and how they transfer throughout the entire kick. So when we're back in our address position, the most important thing is to have our eyes trained on where we're going to contact the ball. So with a live holder and a live snapper, it's a little different. You're going to want to have your eyes sort of on the spot that you're going to where the ball is going to be when you kick the ball. So here, since I just have a ball set up, my eyes are actually on the sweet spot that I'm looking for when I hit the ball. So now as I take my steps towards the ball, my eyes don't move, my head and shoulders don't move. They sort of follow it to the ball. Now on contact and on follow through, so my eyes are still here, they're looking at what I'm kicking. And as I follow through, I don't want to bury my head and keep it behind me. I want to allow my eyes to sort of shift naturally as I move along.
.52-yard attempt for Will Synderwine, who's made 16 in a row. Will it be 17? Yes, without a problem.
And the kick is good.
That would have been good from perhaps 60 yards. He's going for the Lou Groza Award. Might be the best kicker in the country right there. It's 3-3.
The kickoff is one of the most unique plays in football as it begins every game. Similar to the field goal, a kickoff uses the same mechanics, but more steps are used to generate more power. As Will mentioned before, every kicker is different. Typically for the kickoff, the kicker lines up 7 to 10 yards from the ball. Once you are ready to kick, make sure your kickoff team is ready, take a deep breath, and then gradually approach the ball. For your approach to the kickoff, begin by taking a couple walking steps, then gradually turn your pace into a comfortable speed where you feel balanced and in control. Be sure to keep your eyes back on the ball and remember to swing through the ball fully. When you approach the ball, focus on your point of contact. The point of contact is where your foot will be hitting the ball. Just as in the field goal, point your toe and let your momentum that has been generated through your approach be released into the football. Once you have kicked the ball, run downfield and have fun. Don't be scared to make a tackle every once in a while.
Duke is going to kick it off. Florida State will get the football first.
Kickoffs are an extremely big part to the game of football. It is a chance to get your team the ball back and change the momentum of the game.
The first thing you want to have happen if you're Duke is your defense to go in and create a 3 and out, shift that field position so that when your offense does take over, shorter field position. This is an onside kick. It is an onside kick. And does Duke get it? Yes! How about that? Talk about taking the challenge. The Blue Devils come out, onside kick it, and recover it.
Thank you for your time. Good luck kicking.